All right, here we go. What's going on, everybody? This is another episode of Shoot Your Shot. I am your host, Napoleon Anicetti.
Val Rouser, what's up, baby?
It's your boy, Alex Anicetti. What's cracking? Let's go.
And today we have a very, very special guest. Our Padre.
OG. Triple OG.
20 plus years experience in the Las Vegas wrestling world.
Literally.
You know, has raised 3 multiple time state champions.
Dogs.
One 3-time finalist.
One 3-time finalist. And we're now calling him the Godfather of ATC, Mr. Joey Anicetti.
My dad.
Hey guys,
Dad,
What's up,
my
Pop?
second Padre.
Dad, thanks for coming in. I didn't think you were gonna make it.
I wasn't going to.
Joey hella nervous trying
my
to come
phone
in
kept
here.
ringing and texting.
Dude, I had to call him like 3-4 times, bro. That's why I was like,
I
dude,
had to
let's
make
get you
every
here.
excuse. Okay, I gotta go to work.
I just think that the parents, it's good for the parents to be able to hear from a perspective of you being able to been through it all. You've already, we started when we were 4 years old. So let's start there. Like, why did you get us into wrestling in the first place? Like, what was the best thing that you saw from it? Let's start there.
All right. Well, for me, I didn't wrestle. So one of the persons I could honestly say that if it wasn't for him, none of this would probably be. I don't know what sports I would have put you in. A good friend of mine, again, we call him your Uncle G.
Uncle G. Shout out Uncle G.
We both graduated from Rancho High School in 1986, and he wrestled. And he had asked me one time, "Hey man, you want to come watch me wrestle?" I go, "What?
Yeah.
What the fuck is
What the
wrestling?"
hell? Yeah. Right.
No clue.
Right.
I'm like, and I don't even remember if he asked me if I said, "Man, I'm not wearing that tight
I'm wearing
shit."
no tights.
I'm like,
Yeah.
no. So I watch him. I'm like, man, it's pretty cool. I remember him telling me, "Hey, if you ever have any kids, bro, you got to get them into wrestling." And I was like, okay,
Right.
you were born. And I was like, okay, well, I'm only 5'4". So if they get 5'5", 5'7", maybe they could do it. But so I knew basketball, football, sports wise, unless your mama did something. You came out a little bit taller. I'm like, hold on.
Right.
And then you were born.
Yeah.
And he came over and he says, dude, your son has a lot of balance. Why don't you get him into wrestling? I had no clue.
Yeah.
And that's how it all started. Your Uncle G was the one who told me about wrestling.
Yeah.
And
Uncle G's been there for us for the whole thing.
oh,
I remember when people used to think that he was our dad because he used to
well,
be in
you know
our,
what? There was always a story that I always said about when you guys were wrestling. And again, being a brand new parent in sports, you're into the kids' matches, and you're, again, I remember you had lost, and I ripped your ass,
Yeah.
yelling and cussing at you, and you were only, I think, 5 or 6. And I will never forget this. He grabbed me by the shirt, pulled me to the side, and said, "Look at me, bro. Your kid's only 5 years old. He already lost.
Yeah.
Right.
The
don't
last
need to
thing
lose
last
again."
thing he needs to do is look in the corner and seeing his dad pissed off at him."
Fired up.
Right.
Yeah.
And ever since then, not saying that I didn't change.
It was a little bit
but
crazy.
Ever since then, I kind of.
But you definitely toned it down.
I kind of stepped back and let him coach you because
Yeah.
he knew how to, the temperament you had to be. So like
Right.
for me, I would always tell parents, "Look at me, dude. It's not that serious."
Yeah.
Especially now that I see how wrestling is and the grind that you guys put in.
Yeah.
That was it.
What do you think is your best advice for for parents who have a hard time like not being so emotional out there? Like, what do you think is the best advice, especially for this sport? Like, what do you,
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard because you're invested as a parent in practices and all this stuff. And again, with wrestling, you practice, you do this. And don't get me wrong, even as a little kid, and I didn't know nothing about weight cut.
Right.
And, I was making you guys cut weight at
Yeah.
5 or 6, which I think, God,
We're like 7.
okay,
Hey, you
no,
ain't
when you
eating
when you
today. You
won
ain't eating
Reno
today.
Worlds, you were
8.
8
And
and
under.
Alex
Yeah.
was 6.
6.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I was low-key cutting, yeah.
So, and
Damn, you won Reno Worlds at 8 years old, bro?
Yeah.
yeah. And then Alex
Man, you're
won
lucky
it
I
that
wasn't in
the
your
same.
weight.
He
And then
won
I
it the
went,
same.
and 2 years later, that was when I made it to the finals.
Oh, that's right. I was
Yeah.
in your weight at that
Yeah,
time.
and then mashed you. Remember?
So I would just tell parents, again, I think when I was coming to the practice, I was telling them, hey, dude, let them have fun.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Let them have, because it's such again, I'm just talking perspective from being the outside looking in. And man, wrestlers, man, you guys grind.
Right.
I don't know how you guys do it, but I would just tell them that.
So where do you think you draw the line though between? Because I tell you this all the time, right? Because I know you're always like, man, I was tough on you, and sometimes you're always kind of like, man, like, you didn't like that so much, right? But I always told you, I'm like, man, like, there's some things that I didn't want to do that you made us do, and then it became like a part of my routine. Like I always tell people all the time, like you used to tell us, like, dude, like training and working out is like brush your teeth.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
That look at that
You would
quote.
tell us
Yeah,
that all the time.
yeah.
You'd be like, man, like if you're not training and doing that, like you should feel like nasty. Like if you didn't brush your teeth. So
Right.
where do parents draw the line though of being like, hey, like I gotta make sure my kid's tough, right? And being able to be a little bit more lenient. Cause I feel like you made us do, like there are certain things that you made us do that built who we are.
that's
character-wise.
But also, where did you get that mindset?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know as far as getting the mindset again. Being raised by a single mom, seeing her do everything, raising me and your auntie
Right.
from California to Vegas, and then just seeing how strong she was made me like, okay, I got to be strong.
Right,
You know, as far as the toughness, it was a fine line.
Yeah.
That where you cross where it's, man, is this like almost like
Right.
child
This is
abuse?
borderline. Yeah.
Borderline
Yeah, this is borderline.
beating your ass, or but then I remember and this, man, I beat your ass when you were in high school still. So,
Right.
Shit,
Right.
I personally have a vision of Alex getting his ass
there's
whipped by you.
there's a lot of kids on the east side that know, oh man, Mr. Ansay don't play.
Don't play that
that's why
shit.
hey, hey, that's why they all call you Pops to this day.
And it's tough again, I don't fault a lot of the parents. I just say, look at me, dude, it's hard, when
Yeah.
you want your kid to love the sport.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's just them on the mat.
Right.
And if they can't see in the corner that, hey, now don't get me wrong, it's like you said it's a hard sport that you guys do.
Yeah.
And again,
Okay.
I've never done it, so I could never speak. I just
right.
see what you guys did. And, people would always ask me, man, Joey, you look like you wrestled. I'm wrong. I always tell the story. I would
Jacked,
say,
Pop, you're jacked.
I would say I lied and wrestled in Philippines. Something they could never research.
They can't find that.
They could never go, man, did he really wrestle in Philippines?
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Oh, man, there's no thing.
fuck,
So
that's so funny.
no, they
Hey,
asked
Pop.
me. and-
That's
Pop, I had a
hilarious.
question, Dad. Me and Nat, we always fought, growing up. So, like, being your dad and having brothers out there, like, what is your advice for them? Like, watching your, like, because, like, even in practice, even at home, like, how did you deal with all that?
I think at practice, I let you guys do it. To be honest, truth is practice. If you guys went at it and then went at it, at home. Now at home, I always said, look at me, that's it. But at practice, you always said on the mat, that's not your brother.
Right.
On the mat, that's not your brother. You gonna,
Right.
because then
You
you'll,
don't get what you want
yeah,
to get.
because I think, because then I remember the story like with you when you and your brother were in high school and you guys were going to fight, and I don't know, I think I just got off of work and I said,
Hella
if you
pissed
guys-
off.
Yeah, hella
Yeah.
pissed off,
You spent
tired,
12 hours
and
a
I
day
said,
in the
yeah,
sun,
and then
heat.
I said, if you want to, and I made you both stand up, and I said, look, are you really pissed off at your brother? I go, yeah. I said, okay, Nap, stand up. Alex, stand up. Don't move. Alex.
Yeah.
Was it Alex or
No,
I said-
he-
You tell Alex to stand there.
Yeah, and I said, Alex,
him
you don't
punch
move,
me.
Nappy. Sucker punch your brother. Don't move. If you move, I'm
gonna hit your ass.
And you
That's
could,
some old school
you
shit
could
right
never,
there, boy.
and you never did.
Yeah.
you never did hit your brother.
Right,
I said, see,
right.
it's not that serious.
Right. Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. As you guys got older, you guys stop. I'm like, okay, but
Yeah. No. I mean, Dad. Like I said, I think that the toughness that we had, and then at the same time too, like one thing you always talked about was like, hey, we'd have business, right? We'd always business first when we go to tournaments, but you'd always make sure that we had something to look forward to after it.
Yeah.
Like, you made something out of it that was, whether it's hanging out with our friends or whether it was going to the park or
Anything.
doing whatever, you know,
Right.
you always made sure that business first, but you
Yeah.
work your ass off, then you
Well,
get to
that was one of the things too. Is again, it can't just always be work, and that's what I called when we went to wrestling tournaments. It's time to go to work.
Right.
Right.
It's time to go to work. I think I had that
business trip.
mindset with you guys to look at me. When we go on these wrestling trips, it's time to go to work.
Yeah.
Now, after we're done, then let's go have some fun.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
again, because it can't just be always work, work, work. You know, because then you're in time.
Burnt out,
Sometimes
huh?
it was like a job. Sometimes you hate your job, and you're like, shit, I'll quit this shit. You know, and I didn't want you to quit, so it had to be fun. You
Did
know?
it ever change? Like, you know, like let's say you went to a tournament and let's say Nap and Alex just didn't perform. Did that ever change? Maybe
to
they
be
just
honest,
like
to be
laid
hon-
down
to
and
be
they're just like,
honest,
you know
truth-
what? I told you I was going to the beach. We ain't doing shit today.
Oh man, there's a lot of stories about that. Not when they were youth, pretty much. It's hard when they were in youth. Again, being a parent of kids that you could say are just say successful, and you and your brothers, you know, were good in youth. You know, and it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. You know.
Yeah. There's a story that I've told some people. I haven't really told on the podcast yet. So I remember, because speaking about like being hard on your kid, right? I remember, or like for me, it was for whatever reason I thought that I didn't like wrestling, and then I wanted to play basketball in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Right. So I quit wrestling in 6th grade.
Loser.
Yeah.
I told y'all I was a
Nerd.
hooper.
No. Hey.
Hey, no,
Hey, that
bro.
Pinoy
Yeah,
blood.
I
That
remember
Pinoy
that.
Hey,
blood.
look,
Motherfucker,
man.
he got
Hey,
look,
Filipino's not a
hey,
hoop,
look,
right,
hey, look.
PT?
He's 5 foot tall.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. If you're from the East Side, bro, and you don't know how to hoop, man, I don't know what's wrong with you.
You got
Everybody.
gym
knew how
shorts
to hoop,
underneath
bro.
the pants, always.
Everybody
always
knew how
ready to hoop.
You know, I was back when you used to have a basketball court in front of your house.
Yeah.
HOAs don't let you do that no more. But
Ridiculous.
But anyways, Dad, 6th grade, I quit wrestling to go play basketball. What was your thought as a parent from right there?
I let you do it.
You gonna
but then,
learn.
but
You gonna
then
learn today.
I think for you, when you didn't get no playing time, and then you got to really see, and then don't get me wrong, you're.
I tell people this, yeah, go ahead.
They put you in as like a
forward.
forward. I go, he ain't gonna get the ball. I go, that coach gave you some time, but it was just running up and down.
Put you at point guard, bro?
No, well, that's what I'm saying. They should have put him at point guard, but he didn't. I go, well, I don't think he can play basketball no more.
Hey, did you play for a full season or was that just a game?
I literally just played.
season.
I think the season.
And that
I
was
tell
good.
people, then you didn't let me wrestle that year.
Yeah.
You didn't let me wrestle that year, and I tell people, I'm like, man, like that was when I actually realized, like, damn, okay, I like wrestling, and not only do I like wrestling, but I like winning,
Right.
And I like being real. Like I liked,
I like being involved.
you know, I liked,
I like being involved.
And I
I'm
like
not
that it was
losing
me.
games because I'm not a part of it.
I like that it was me. You know what I mean? I like that.
Well, one of the things, and again, son, you've always said this, and I listen to guys a lot of stuff you guys say. Wrestling sucks when you lose. It sucks. You put in all the hard work. You put in the cut. You run. Then you go on the mat, and then you can get stuck in 10 seconds. Like, damn, I did all this shit.
Right.
But one thing you've always said, it is the best feeling when you win.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
You know,
When
and
you finally get over that hump, that is the best
yeah,
feeling. You know, I remember when the Giffords started taking over the Las Vegas high school program, and I think that was the first year I didn't cut weight, and I think the Giffords.
oh yeah,
You want to tell that story a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
again with the whole weight cutting, I remember we were going up to Reno Worlds. Me and your mother had split it up, and we picked Alex up. He was on the weight. We picked him up, and he goes, "Man, Dad, I got something to tell you." I go, "What?" I ate a burrito, and you were like 4 or 5 pounds over going up to Reno.
God.
And
How
so
old
we,
was Alex at this point?
I'm like 8. That's when I won Reno World,
Yeah.
isn't it? No, it's
No,
six,
you're like
7.
six or 7. Yeah.
So
You
me,
won
and,
it?
Yeah.
so me and your Uncle G,
Same
we
here.
had that. So we had
You
to
guys
drive
won
up
the
to
same year?
Reno. Yeah, we had to
Yeah,
drive
that's
up to
something
Reno, and he
big,
cut.
man.
You know, you cut weight, and
Yeah.
you know, it's just crazy how that's the year that both of you guys won it.
Right.
I remember that.
But what do you
remember
think about when the Giffords finally had us stop cutting weight?
It was, well, one of the things I think as a parent, when in youth you're so involved, and then when you go to high school, it's almost you had to let it go. Especially Coach Greg and Coach Eddie. I remember, like you said about that whole story, where Coach, I wanted you to be at this weight, and Coach Ed, I don't know if Coach Eddie.
I don't remember. I think
I don't know.
Eddie.
I thought it was Coach Eddie or Coach Greg. Nappy's gonna wrestle this way. Okay. Couldn't argue when he was the head coach.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
to be honest, truth is, you guys did not cut a lot of weight in high school.
Yeah.
Not much at all.
Right.
Right.
Not
know?
during the season, yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd you cut so much weight during Gorman then?
I'm not gonna lie, man. I think for that one, being a freshman coming in, to be 100% honest, I wasn't gonna beat the 112 pounder.
Yeah, that was
was
Britain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and
He
Britain
was
was
a
a
dog.
monster.
You know, like I said, honestly, coming in, bro, I was a little guy. I was only, when I first started, I was like at 108 pounds. And then I didn't hit puberty, like me and Alex hit puberty like at the same time. Like,
Like
she's
same
like in
time.
7th grade and I'm a freshman in high school. You know, and
Like,
so I
hit the
kind of
same
just started
time.
getting bigger. You know, and I was kind of just like, shit, like I need to make this weight. You know, I went and lived with my coach for
Alex
a week.
is the same weight as you.
About damn near.
Damn near.
Yeah,
Damn
near,
near.
because
I was like
Nappy was
95.
103, and that back then it was 103.
Yep.
And Alex never was that light as a freshman. You were
Alex was
130.
135.
135.
135?
Yeah.
As a freshman, bro.
What the hell, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a big boy. Well,
Yeah.
dude, he didn't wrestle
You're
with that
not very
sophomore
big,
year.
though.
Yeah,
You're
Nappy
Nappy got freaking jacked.
Well, that's the
Okay.
thing. When Nappy sat out his sophomore year, he went from 103 to 145 his junior year
Insane.
in 1 year of just eating right, and again
Grandma's cooking.
working out. Grandma's cooking and just working out. And
Spam
yeah,
rice.
yeah.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
I was just lifting like a maniac. I wasn't allowed to practice. That sophomore year, they didn't let us practice. They didn't let me compete. I wasn't able to do anything. I had to go to like his youth practice to go wrestle with him. And I was just lifting like a maniac, bro.
When you go to those youth practices, would it just make you mad? Because you just had to go train with all
Oh,
the
bro,
youth
I
kids?
remember one point that sophomore year when I sat out, I tried to get like an exhibition match. And
At
like
the Green Valley
yeah,
Duels.
at the Green Valley
I
Duels. And one of
remember
the
that.
somebody like said something. Bro, and they didn't let me wrestle. And bro, I started freaking crying, you know what I mean? I'm over there like, dude, what the fuck? Like I'm just trying to wrestle. You
I just
know?
want to wrestle, yeah.
Nope. Then we got like a call like, hey, look, if you try to wrestle again, if you try to
You're
go into
out.
You're just
practices,
gonna sit
you're,
out.
you're sitting out another year. And I was like, damn, bro. So I was just like,
Pissed.
just pissed, bro. Just a whole year of just being pissed, bro. Like, all right,
back
I'm
vengeance.
keeping,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
keeping tabs
All
on
right.
it. Yeah, I'm keeping
I'm gonna
tabs.
remember this.
Yeah, I'm keeping tabs.
I'm smashing all you motherfuckers.
But I think that sophomore year, man, of being able to kind of just like, kind of have that thought, like that mentality, and then being able to like just train. And then the Giffords kind of took over, and then once the Giffords came through, bro, they just kind of took us to
Whole different
a
level.
whole nother level, you know?
See, that's crazy because, like, our club, like, our high school coach loved Mr. Odell.
Yeah,
Great dude.
yeah,
Just, he's a high school coach. You know, he's
Right,
like one of
right.
those high school coaches. He did what he could to, you know, show the basics and
Right.
just kind of do what he needed to do to just, like, fill in, you know?
Right.
right.
But, like, when we go to our club practices, hey, you guys are,
Working.
what'd you guys do at your high school practice? Nothing? Okay, yeah, no, we're fucking coming over here. We're gonna beat the shit out of each other. You know what I
Every
mean?
single
Like,
time.
it was
Every
weird
single
because, like, you guys had your high school coaches. My high school coach was not like that. Once high school season was over, we split ties. We're with the club.
Right.
We're training with my dad. We're training with Coach Ken. We're training with Terry Pack. We're going to Iowa to train with Hathaways. We're going to fucking Oregon and train with Cobra.
Dogs.
You know, we had 9 different coaches that we're training with. You guys had the luxury of having those guys train you year round.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Year round.
Yeah,
Which
no,
is
dude.
nice about how we're kind of running things here, you know, like
Yeah.
with Meadows and all that other stuff. Like that's a game changer, big dog.
Right.
Big time.
Right.
Sorry, so Dad, we're gonna do one of our segments here. This is called Shot Out of a Cannon, Dad. Shot Out of a Cannon this year today is sponsored by our ATC homeschool program, guys. It's Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know when your parents that are at homeschool, you're like, hey, how can I get my kids some activity?
Right.
How can I get them some
Get
friends?
them out of the house.
Learn how to defend themselves.
Learn, teach them how to
Protect
defend
themselves,
themselves.
you know.
Get them away from me.
Right.
You bring them here to ATC on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30.
Coach Alex is the best of the best. when it
Coached by
comes
me, man.
to
Let's rock.
Beginners.
The best in the West.
Best in the West when
Best
it
in
comes
the
to
West.
beginners.
Thank
Coach
you.
Alex got
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Thank you.
All right, Dad. So here we go. We're gonna give you a couple simple questions. You can just answer it.
One shot answer.
One shot answer.
One shot.
And you can explain yourself if you want to explain.
Yeah, you can explain yourself if you want. So here we
Okay.
go. Not sure if you've done this before, Dad, but do you prefer a sauna or a cold plunge?
Sauna.
Right.
Sauna.
Sauna. You live in a sauna. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You do the heat better than
You
the
love
cold.
the heat.
No. No, I just couldn't do.
Have you ever
Cold
seen
shit
that?
is
Never done a cold
I would
plunge.
love to see you.
Yeah, we gotta
do
get you in a cold
Oh, I
plunge.
would love to do this.
Let's do this on the podcast. sometime.
Yeah.
Let's all
Nah,
get.
Let's all get a cold
I know,
plunge.
Kevin Hart style.
I couldn't even do the little story. I was trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
So I was like 5 pounds for this last raw challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your brother said I need to do
salt bath.
salt bath.
Yeah.
And he put me in that hot water.
Yeah.
After I
motherfucker hot.
did that, I told him, "I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry for calling you a wuss all those times." And
Right. It's just hot water.
oh
huh?
man, it's just hot water. I'm like, how do you guys do this?
That is
That's
funny.
funny.
Let's get you in
Awesome.
the cold water. Let's see how you handle yourself in the cold water.
I don't know.
That'd
I
be
don't know.
hilarious. All right, Dad. Cauliflower or no cauliflower?
For me, or just in
whatever,
general?
whatever you think. Whatever.
I'd say cauliflower.
Thanks, Pop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nap.
Sorry, now.
Hey, you're 0 for 10 on this. 0
Literally.
for 20, literally.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
0 for 20 on the cauliflower. We gotta start punching it in the ear or something.
I think so. Just
You guys
I
have
didn't know
tried
it.
and it doesn't work.
like not really though.
No, you literally
No,
punched me in the ear.
One time. Let me do it like 10 times.
like
and
5
see how that
minutes
works.
of just straight, just
I'll just-
ground pound.
Every
in
time
your
I
ear.
see you now, I'm just gonna elbow just
Please don't.
right there.
Please don't.
right in the ear.
Please don't.
dude.
All right, Dad. TV shows or movies?
TV shows.
TV shows.
Is there a specific TV show that you're watching right now that you like?
No, not really. I just watch ESPN. That's it.
Some man stuff.
Yeah, just
ESPN.
ESPN.
That's
Like
some old
First
head
Take.
stuff. You watch
Right.
Fox News?
CBS, low key.
Let's not talk about that right now.
Your grandma might be watching.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that right now. Let's not talk about that right now. But what's a TV show that you're watching though?
Huh?
What's a TV show that?
Oh, I told you, just Sports Center or stuff like
Sports
that.
Center.
That's it.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
so
Yeah.
he just
Just whatever's on-
broadcast.
Yeah, just whatever's
Just
on it and
broadcast.
stuff.
Just
Is it just
broadcast.
back noise?
Huh?
Is it just background noise? You
Yeah,
actually watch
that's it. That's
I
it.
feel that.
All right, Dad. Pizza or burgers?
Pizza.
Pizza. Do you have a Vegas spot that you like out here that people need to check out?
Oh gosh, the one on the east side was always Angelina's. I don't even know if it's still there.
Love Angelina's. That's
I
the
don't
one
know
that
if
we
it's
used to
still
hit all the
there.
time.
It's
Yeah,
over off
delicious.
of
Yeah.
I think
Charleston and Sloan.
Charleston and Sloan. Yeah,
Charleston Sloan, go
Yeah.
check it
We
out.
used to
Man.
go
I
there
don't know
all
if it's
the
still
time.
there. We got to find out.
yeah.
All right. All right, Dad. Here we go. Lowriders or hot rods?
Ooh. KBG.
I would have to say, you know what? My heart is in the low riders.
I know. I already know.
You know,
I already
it
know.
is what it
I already
is,
Show
know.
him, Dad. Show him your chat.
Show him, Joey.
Dad, show him.
Come on, show him.
Dad, come on.
Let's see where it's at.
Yeah. Delegation. Delegation. All the old heads that are going to be listening to this. Dad's still tatted.
That's so
Still
tax.
black.
So Dad.
Still got it.
Lowriders or hot rods? Oh, you said lowriders.
Yeah, lowriders.
Okay, lowriders.
Come on, Nat.
Sorry.
That's a double. That's
All
a
right.
twofer right there.
Twice in a row.
2 in a row.
Cadillac or Impala?
Oh, you know that. Impala. That's
All day,
Like
man.
I got.
What kind
I
of
got rid
Impala? What year?
If I really say I would want one, I would love a 59. But now I got my 62, so I'm.
And that motherfucker's still clean
And
though.
I'm-
That,
Tell people about your 62. The people who haven't seen it. Tell them a little bit about it. I know you put a lot of work into it, so tell.
What is
Well,
it?
it was my retirement gift for me because when
Okay.
I remember low riding and it was such an expensive hobby, and then you guys started getting into sports, and I would go balance my car or my kids.
Car.
Car's
Sports. So and I gave it, stop low riding so I could invest in you guys into
Yeah.
going into tournaments and trips and coaches, you know that. But back then though too is we had a lot of different coaches that we went to,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to have, man, such great people. Dougie Jackson,
Yeah,
Bobby.
Coach Doug,
an RP
bless his
coach.
soul.
Coach Bobby Ozuna,
Coach Bobby Azuna, Coach Scott Hawker.
Coach Scott Hawk. And then we
Yeah.
had, I tell you all the time, I mean, we had like a whole bunch of like OG dads in there, just like, Tommy Ford's dad and
Coach Hall.
Hall,
Legend.
and who else we have in there?
I want to say the one of the Carrillos. Oh, one of them, right?
Somebody was
Somebody
just
in there.
getting after it. I guess. All right,
We had
Dad.
like 94 dads. It's hard to name them all.
All right, Dad. This is for the Vegas people. East Side or Inspirada?
Where would I rather live?
You can say it.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. If it was up to me, I'd probably still be on the east side. You know,
Top of Hollywood.
no, we were by the
I'm saying
orchards.
that. Would you be on top of Hollywood right now if you were living on the East Side?
No, I like my house.
You like it?
Orchard Valley.
I liked where we live, where you guys grew
It's
up.
quiet
in.
over there.
It's
nice.
it's
nice.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now don't get me wrong. I like Inspirada too.
I love it. All right, Dad. Last question here for you. I already know the answer. Wrestling or jiu-jitsu, Dad?
Oh, you know I'm biased towards that.
Why?
Wrestling.
Tell the people why.
Well, like what I tell a lot of parents was, don't get me wrong, jiu-jitsu is cool and I don't know much about it, but I just know with wrestling, you guys could take it on to the next level into high school. And then if you're really good, you could take it on to the next level into college. If you're really good, you can go on to Olympics or,
Right, the world, yeah.
you know, and
Right.
now with MMA and, you know, I know it combines both of them.
Right.
You know,
So, Dad, so kind of touching off that, now with college kids getting paid, we've kind of had this conversation before.
yeah.
We've kind of had this conversation before. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
What is your opinion about college kids getting paid? Let's talk about specifically wrestling. You know, you hear these crazy numbers getting pulled out there. What do you think about it?
For me, again, when you went trying to get into high school and go into college, it's all about getting a scholarship to help you with your education free. So now to think about that, guys are getting paid whatever ridiculous number they are. You know, I think for the individual is good. You know, but I think now you're going into places going, how much am I going to get paid? And again, money only lasts for so long.
Right.
And then what are you going to do after that?
Right.
You know, to me, my goal as a dad was for you guys to, and especially now, look again, great example with your little brother. You know, it was wrestling was another step to getting him to college.
Right.
And now, don't get me wrong, if he told me, hey, Dad, you know, someone's paying me, I'm like, damn, okay, you know.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I'm more of the old school of where, you know, you make your money. And don't get me wrong, you know, we talked about this, how these schools get a lot of money and all this other stuff. How come it doesn't pass down to the athletes? Which I guess I could understand, but
Right.
for me, it's, you know.
I got a question. Do you think Nat would have been more incentivized to stay in college after his shoulder surgery if he was getting paid X amount of dollars?
Yes. Yes.
So there is a
'cause-
benefit to it.
Yeah,
100%.
yes. Just because, again,
100%.
I wasn't sending him.
He was going to college to wrestle.
Yeah, he was going to college to wrestle. And again, you know, to live, you know, to see these kids, you know, saying you only have a budget to do this. But if you're making thousands of dollars and.
I wish
you know,
we can actually see what these numbers really look like for these kids. You know what I mean? Because you hear these numbers, you never know what's really
Hey,
true.
Listen, I
you know?
tell you what. I was planning on going back after my surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And if I knew I had a check waiting for me, shit, I'd have stuck that shit out, no problem.
Right.
I'd have
Well,
stuck
yeah,
that
that's
shit
what I'm
out,
saying.
no
Because
problem.
No
every
fun, you know,
individual,
go back.
every
But,
individual is different.
like-
Because if you're
Look, I'm
financially
broke
okay,
still.
Well, especially for wrestling,
You know what I'm
bro,
saying? Like,
Right.
me staying or going isn't going to make a difference.
for sure. Especially our sport, right? Like my dad said, unless you're already the 1% of the 1%, you know, then that
There you go.
Division I wrestling is the
You got
that
Carter
is the
Strozzi
top.
making $1.3 million to go win one more national championship.
Bro, like a perfect example is the NCAA tournament is the biggest watched wrestling event
Year
in the
round.
U.S.
Year round.
Like if you go to the U.S. Open, even like when they had the World Championships here in Vegas, that thing is not as packed as the NCAA's is. And if people who haven't seen or been to the
It's
NCAA's,
insane.
we went, what?
3 years ago?
We need to go
3
again,
years ago?
boys.
Dad, in this thing, man, we got to go one year. I'm telling you.
Insane.
It's just not like anything you ever really seen before. You don't really see it like
Yeah.
that. You know, where guys are, you know, it's like an event. guys are freaking hanging out. You're drinking. You get to go to the bar. You're seeing all your buddies. It's a big old reunion. Like
Nothing but wrestling fanatics.
yeah.
They're wearing their school colors, all the OGs.
So
Everyone talking
as
shit.
a kid, I mean, as a college kid, I think it's just cool. Like, if Buffalo Wild Wings wants to give me a sponsorship for eating a chicken wing every Wednesday or whatever, you know, like
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
that's sick. You know,
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about Buffalo Wild Wings is like when we were in high school, which is, you know, it's been 13 years since we graduated,
Yep.
Yeah.
almost 14,
yeah.
and we knew the guy who owned the Buffalo Wild Wings in Montana. I used to wrestle his son, and this fool gave us like a card.
Yeah.
It said 4 free meals on it. Every time we went to a Buffalo Wild Wings in Montana, hey, Brad gave us this. And we'd eat for free every time we went there.
Loved it.
That's
Every
a clutch.
fucking time.
Loved it.
That's a clutch
And
move.
we'd have friends that would like rock, paper, scissors, like who's getting the other 2 meals?
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was
right.
me and Jade. So, hey, we're for sure getting our free meal.
Yeah.
I'm ordering the large wings, okay?
Basket of
We're
fries.
getting the large wings. We're getting the fries, we're getting everything.
Right.
You guys rock, paper, scissors, or if you guys want to go outside and hit double legs on each other and see who gets the takedown, whoever wins
That
gets,
looks good. That's
gets
a
the
good
other
deal.
free 2 meals.
It's a good deal.
I'd take that.
And like back then, I'm pretty sure he probably would have paid us to do that,
I mean, you guys being number 1 and 2 guys in the country.
which would have been sick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But we couldn't.
Right.
Like the fact that he even gave us the car was probably illegal.
I'm pretty. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely against
It's-
the.
yeah, it's-
Here we
You know
go.
what I'm saying?
Saying yourself again, Val.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's 14 years from now.
You'll be all
It'll be
right.
all right. It'll be all right.
Be all right.
All right, we're gonna hop in real quick into a new segment that we're dropping here on ATC with my father. All right, Dad. This segment is called "What's Pissing You Off."
Go ahead. Anything
this,
too. Anything.
This segment today is sponsored by ATC's adult program. Because this is an adult. This is an adult
Adult-
segment.
This is an
right
adult
here.
conversation.
This is an adult
Right,
conversation.
right.
All right. So it's sponsored by our adult program here. Fridays.
Yep.
6 to 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Coach Alex Anicetti.
Here we go.
Hey, don't worry. If you have no experience, we get calls all the time. Do I have to know how to wrestle?
No, you don't.
No.
That's what you come here for, so you can learn how to
Exactly.
wrestle. Okay? So you come here. If you don't know how to wrestle, if you do know how to wrestle,
Even better.
even better.
Perfect.
You might get a shot at Coach Alex.
Right.
If you get a
You
takedown,
don't
get it
want
on
that.
video and tag us. So here we go. What's pissing you off, Dad? Let me hear it. Do you have anything that's pissing you off today? Anything, weather, anything? What's going on?
To be honest, truth, nothing really.
Nothing's pissing you off.
When turning 56, I thought I'd be pissed off getting older, but dude, I'm enjoying life, man.
there we go.
I am enjoying getting older, enjoying seeing, you guys be, successful, seeing my
Yeah.
grandkids, and again, living life pissed off is not a good way. So
Man, that's
Yeah,
so
that's
true.
awesome, Dad.
That's
So
so
All
true.
that
I
shit
am
right
not-
there.
Man.
Listen, I beg to differ. You want me to tell you what?
Yeah, Val, tell me
Listen
what's
what?
pissing you off
Listen
then,
what,
Val.
man. I've been hearing this my whole life. All right, all y'all know I don't like to fight. I hate fighting.
No,
and
hate
I don't want no confrontation at all.
No.
Right.
But what pisses me off, man, is when I'm having a conversation with somebody
Uh-huh.
and they say, "Oh, you can wrestle, but you can't fight."
Damn, it pisses you off.
Like that-
Pisses me off. That makes me just want to
Wanna fight them even more?
Oh, you think only because I can wrestle I can't fight?
Right.
Can you stop a blast double leg to your head into the concrete? I hope so because
Right. Because that's what's gonna happen.
what?
Right.
And what really pisses me off in that
Tell
one
us.
is they
What-
go, "Well,
Tell
if you
us.
shoot a takedown, I'll just knee you in the face." Please.
That pisses me off.
Listen, I
Eating
want to
it.
shoot a
Eating
takedown
it.
right now just to see if you can knee me in the
Right.
face. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Damn, that pisses me off.
Man, that makes me so
Right.
mad. It's like I heard that my whole life.
Alex, just pissing you off.
Oh,
All right. Driving here, right? Look, Vegas drivers. If I put my turn signal on, right, to the right, and you're behind me, that doesn't mean speed up. Let your boy in. Now I'm over here stressed out. 'Cause now I have to swerve back because you're over here rushing on me. Like, I'm at a good 2 cars, right? Pops, 2 cars. 2 cars, like, that's what you always taught us.
there's distance.
Yeah.
Distance.
There's
I got
plenty
the
of space
distance.
for
I'm
me.
not. I'm not
Plenty of
cutting you
space
off.
for
I'm
me.
not cutting you off. No, I put my turn signal right on time.
Yeah.
Just let your boy through. That's all I'm saying. That just lights me up.
Just let
Lights me
Alex.
up.
Hey, just so you guys know, Alex is a safe driver.
I am. Thank
He's
you,
very
Val.
safe.
Thank
He's
you.
very cautious.
Yes.
Right? You start
Safety.
making him nervous. You're going to see if he knows how to wrestle or fight.
Right.
Right?
Right.
My man can do
Right.
both. We've been training at Syndicate MMA.
1 week so far. 1 week. 1 week. Actually
I know how to
training.
fight.
Shout out Syndicate MMA.
Shout out Syndicate MMA.
I love it. I love it, guys.
Hottest
I love it.
fighting gym in the state, baby. Let's go. Actually, in the world, honestly. Fuck the state. We're the best gym in the world, bro.
Literally, bro.
Literally.
Hey,
We got nothing
two-
but dogs
we got
at
two title
Syndicate.
fights coming up.
Shout out.
Rob getting ready to take O'Malley's belt.
I think so.
And then 2 weeks later, 3
Mr.
weeks?
Khalil
3
Roundtree.
weeks later,
Khalil
we got
Roundtree.
Khalil Roundtree.
Freaking
getting
animal.
ready to take out Alex Pereira. That's just,
Yeah.
you know.
Syndicate
that's
MMA.
what-
Syndicate MMA. in this
Congrats,
bitch.
Coach Wood, because you are
A legend.
Dog. That does
Legend.
not piss me off.
That does not piss me
that
off.
does not
The straight
piss-
opposite.
That's straight.
I'm
Yeah.
straight pumped.
Hey, look, I tell you what, I loved our first segment of what pisses me off.
What pisses
What pisses you
What
off?
pisses me off?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you what pissed me off the other day.
What?
All right. Let's let it.
So the other weekend we had the ADCCs here and the CJIs. It's this massive, two of the biggest jiu-jitsu events
Right.
here in the world, right? And honestly, maybe this is why I'm jealous. This is why I'm jealous.
All right.
Because bro, they have this massive, cool ass event. They even took some of our great wrestlers, Jason Nolf,
Shout out.
Shout out
and
Jason Wolf.
now he's leaving. Jason Nolf is leaving wrestling to go to jiu-jitsu because
He can
these
get
guys are
paid $1
getting
million.
$1 million. What can we do? What can
I don't
we
know,
do
bro. It pisses
for
me
the
off,
wrestling
though.
community?
It pisses me off.
to do that.
Someone
We just got to set it up. We
Flow
just gotta set it
Wrestling.
up.
They probably got, like I
We got to
said,
put some money up.
somebody
Somebody got to put some money up. We got to pay these
Big ballers.
wrestlers. We got to get it. Where
big
my
ballers out there.
at?
I'm telling you guys, we can put together something sick for these wrestlers. We still got a whole bunch of badass wrestlers out there that would put on,
Oh, yeah.
put on a show.
How about this? Carter Sorochi,
Yep.
Mr. Fast Twitch,
Yep.
AJ Ferrari.
Yep.
We'll give you 50 grand. Well,
Yep.
we won't.
We won't.
No.
Sorry.
We're not going to give you 50 grand.
There's no.
But you don't know. It's a great
Somebody's-
plan, though. Great plan.
Somebody's going to give you 50
Yeah.
grand. Whoever wins the match.
Yeah,
let's
That
do
would
it.
be
1000%.
sick.
Let's do it.
1000%.
Who would not want to see that right now? Right before the NC2As.
Bro, do it
Let me ask you
downtown
this.
in
do it
Vegas.
before the NC2As, and then you get to see them
Ooh.
in the NC2As if they end up in the same weight class.
You know who I want to see? I want to see Ben Askren versus DC. That's
Ben
all I wanna see.
Askren against DC.
Ben
Big-
Askren against DC. That's what I want to see.
Listen,
I wanna
DC
see
walks
it.
around like he has bulging discs in his back.
Dude,
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I bet you he can still move, bro.
I bet. Watch.
I bet he
You
can.
got
I bet
bulging
he
disc
could.
in your back.
Yeah, literally.
That's
yeah.
true. It hurts right now. Not gonna lie.
Just sitting in the chair.
Just sitting right here. Hey, yeah, I don't know. I don't
Ben
know.
Askren.
DC looks a little bit bigger than Askren though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
DC, he might need to cut a little weight.
Right.
Yeah, we
But
can
I bet
Catch
he can
weight.
still move.
Yeah, we do a
Little
catch weight.
catch weight,
We do a
yeah.
I bet
catch
he can
weight.
still move.
We do a
I bet he
catch
can
weight.
still
I
move.
guarantee Ben is still a dog on the mats, bro.
Dad, is there anybody you would like to see? A highlight, any like highlight match that you'd be like, man, that'd be a sick wrestling match. I want to see that.
know what you said? The kid from
AJ Ferrari.
AJ Ferrari and Carter.
Hey, you
That'd
know
be
the
a
one,
sick-ass
the
match.
one I'm excited to see. Who do you got, Dad? Bo Bartlett. I'm sorry, Bo Bartlett.
Respect the name. Bo Bassett. Oh shit. Is that? Oh shit.
Bo
You didn't
Bassett.
even
Bo
say that right.
This
Bassett.
guy.
Oh my god. Hey, bro. I'm
Please
sorry,
tell us what
dude.
his name is.
So
His name
sorry.
is
I'm
Bo
so
Bassett.
Bo
He's
Bassett.
from PA. Okay,
Sorry,
he's one of the
bro.
best wrestlers in the country.
And who's he
Larry.
going against?
I have no clue who's he going against.
The Gilroy kid.
Zapata.
Zapata.
Yeah. Okay. See,
Who do you got,
I know.
Dad?
where
I'm
you're
going
I know where you're
West
going.
Coast.
Well, Bassett's gonna get him this time.
To me, then Zapata beat him last time.
Yeah.
Beat him up. Beat him up.
I don't know. It'd be something to watch again.
Hey, I'm going West Coast over
West
here.
Coast, that's what
I'm
I'm
going West
saying.
Coast over here. We're going for
Yeah.
Gilroy. We're going
Yup.
for Mr. Zapata.
Yup.
Can't wait to see it.
No, well,
Yep.
you guys are.
Well,
You
besides
guys are.
besides that
You guys
guy.
are. Listen,
Who are you going for?
I didn't lose to very many guys more than once. Bo Bassett knows how to make an adjustment.
Ooh.
Bo Bassett knows how to
right
make an
there.
adjustment.
He does.
One
He's
of
a
Bo
bad-
Bassett's best features is a fake to a snap down. And that's how Zapata took him down every single time in that Who's Number One. Bo Bassett would fake, Zapata would shoot on him, elevate, come out the back, wrestle.
Yeah.
Bo Bassett has fixed that since then, and every time he fakes, he bounces their head off the mat and he scores. And if he doesn't bounce their head off the mat, he fireman's carries them
Yeah.
and takes them to their back.
And I'll tell you what, I'm a fan.
we'll-
I'm
we'll
a fan
see.
of both of them.
We'll see.
I am too.
We'll see how it goes.
Hey,
respect
man.
though, respect
Yeah,
though,
respect to you two
respect,
boys because
boys.
you guys are absolute
animals.
dogs. Can't wait to see that one.
That's
Can't
gonna
wait
be
to see
sick.
that. All right, Dad. End our podcast here.
Okay.
Okay. I know you got to get going. Advice, Dad.
Super busy, retired man. He's
My
one of the
dad-
most.
Not
He's one of the
retired
most.
no more.
He's one of the most busy retired guys I've ever met in my life.
Ever.
He's busy all day long.
Book
This
an
guy
appointment with
busy
this
all day
guy.
long.
Book an appointment with him. But, Dad,
Yeah.
give some advice to the parents that are going through the grind of wrestling, of the ups and downs.
Like everything.
Right?
Oh.
Right. So give them advice on how to be a good parent. What kind of things can they do to, I guess, help, right? Like give the young parents some advice.
You know, one of the things
that
I've
you
always
tell.
said, it's everything's fun when you're winning. Your coaches could be the best coaches when you're winning. But then when they lose, when your kid loses, it comes back on the coaches. Well, what's wrong? And I've always told parents, man, dude, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. You're not, you're gonna have a season where you're winning nonstop, then you're gonna have a season where you're things. One of the stories I always say is like with your little brother. He was not the most athletic kid growing up youth. He was a decent wrestler, and I always said this, and I'm proud to say that when he was old enough to wrestle with you guys, and that's the thing, having a good partner, you guys made him what he is. Just to say, just take it, wrestling again, from just being on the outside looking in, what you guys do as wrestlers, tell parents, man, these kids, man, they grind. It's hard. And one thing I always say, I remember a good friend of mine, Derek, would say, we were talking, Bubba's dad. Mm-hmm. He would say, man, dude, Bubba, he doesn't like to go to practice. I go, man, what kid wants to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to practice?
Right.
But you make them go to practice.
Right.
Because then in reality, you're teaching them stuff as they go in life, where, man, I don't want to go to work, but if I got to pay these bills, I got to go to work.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and again, my advice to parents is listen to your kids. Again, for youth, it's got to be fun.
Yeah.
It's got to be fun.
So not until 8th grade or 6th grade?
I would say,
Like,
the way
when
I
you
did it
start-
with you guys is, it was fun. Well, it was fun when I was yelling at you guys when you were losing, but up to 6th grade, then 7th and 8th, because you're kind of preparing yourself mentality to be ready for high school.
Right.
And I always said, man, if I spent all this money as youth, you're not going to be JV. You're coming in as a freshman and you're making the varsity team.
Right.
And I always said, okay, and then in that varsity team, you looked at the high school room and you looked at the wrestlers and go, okay, that's the spot I want. And I've told you, okay, so what weight did you want to wrestle? Mm-hmm. And just, again, my thing as a dad was to see you guys wrestle, go to high school, and then go to college like you guys did.
Yeah.
And then, again, to see what it turned out to have you guys have your own business is pretty proud of you guys.
Thanks,
Hey.
Pop.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Pops.
Thanks, Pop.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Pops.
coming on, Pops.
All right, thank you guys.
Man, hey, well, that is another episode of Shoot Your Shot with the godfather of ATC.
Ow!
My Pops, Mr. Joey Anicetti.
Let's go.
Thank you guys.
Hey, guys, follow, subscribe, like it, comment good things, comment bad things. Just comment.
Hey, we need topics. We need guest appearances. We need everything. If you guys got a guest that you guys want us on the show, tag them. Let's get them on the show.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's rock.
Next episode.
Catch
Let's get
you
it,
up.
baby.
Peace.